The moment everyone thought the drama was over, Karoline Leavitt just fired back harder than ever. Just when ABC executives and the hosts of The View believed the storm had passed, Caroline threw them back into chaos, and this time, the stakes are even higher. Her first lawsuit may have sent shockwaves through daytime television, but what she just did has the potential to completely dismantle one of the most iconic talk shows in history. Karoline Leavitt has officially filed a second lawsuit against The View, and insiders are calling it an absolute game-changer. This is not just a follow-up or a simple legal escalation. It is a full-blown, all-out war against the network, the producers, and, most shockingly, the very hosts who thought they could silence her. The second lawsuit dives deeper, hits harder, and exposes a level of chaos and controversy that even ABC's legal team was not prepared for. This time, it is not just about hurt feelings or on-air disagreements. Caroline is going after the heart of the network's credibility. She is pulling back the curtain on what she claims is a toxic culture of defamation, blacklisting, and coordinated character assassination. And the consequences? They are monumental. If even half of what Caroline is alleging holds up in court, it could mean the end of The View as we know it. ABC is scrambling. Producers are in panic mode. And the hosts? They are reeling, caught completely off guard, blindsided by the scale of this second legal attack. But what exactly is in this lawsuit that has thrown the entire network into chaos? How are the hosts reacting behind the scenes? And most importantly, could this be the moment that finally takes down one of daytime TV's most controversial shows? Buckle up, because what comes next will blow you away. Karoline Leavitt's first lawsuit against The View was already a bombshell that shook the foundations of daytime television. It exposed behind-the-scenes chaos, unprofessional conduct, and sparked a media frenzy that left ABC scrambling for damage control. The hosts, especially Whoopi Goldberg and Behar, faced intense backlash, while the network's legal team worked overtime to manage the fallout. At the time, it seemed like the storm was finally settling. ABC issued carefully worded statements, the hosts sidestepped the controversy on air, and for a brief moment, it felt like The View might weather the damage. But Caroline had other plans. The first lawsuit was just the beginning, a calculated move to rattle the establishment. She wasn't done. In fact, the first round was just a warning shot. Her legal team gathered more evidence, dug deeper into ABC's internal practices, and waited for the perfect moment to strike again. Now, with this second lawsuit, Caroline is not just challenging The View. She is threatening to unravel the entire operation. This time, the accusations cut even deeper. While the first lawsuit focused on defamatory comments made on air and the hostile treatment Caroline allegedly faced during her guest appearance, the new lawsuit takes a hard aim at what was happening off camera. According to court documents, Caroline claims that producers, in collaboration with key hosts, engaged in a coordinated smear campaign designed to destroy her reputation and blacklist her from future media opportunities. It's a claim that, if proven, could force ABC into a public reckoning far beyond anything they faced before. But it doesn't stop there. The second lawsuit alleges that high-ranking ABC executives were not just aware of the misconduct, they actively participated in it. Private emails, text messages, and even leaked recordings allegedly show executives and producers strategizing ways to discredit Caroline publicly while ensuring she would be quietly blacklisted from major media outlets. This is no longer just about The View. It's about the entire system that protects powerful media figures and silences dissenting voices. ABC, caught completely off guard, has been thrown into crisis mode once again. The network had barely recovered from the first round of negative press, and now they are staring down an even bigger scandal, one that could force a complete overhaul of The View or even lead to its cancellation. The stakes are higher than ever, and the fallout has only just begun. Caroline is not backing down, and the network is struggling to keep the narrative under control. But what exactly is the evidence Caroline has this time? And how are the hosts handling this escalating disaster behind the scenes? Things are about to get a lot messier. Stay with us, because the next chapter in this legal battle is going to be explosive. Karoline Leavitt's second lawsuit against The View is not just another legal headache for ABC, it is a ticking time bomb. The details emerging from court documents have left even seasoned media insiders stunned. Unlike the first lawsuit, which mainly targeted defamatory remarks and the hostile environment Karoline allegedly faced on air, this second round digs deeper, exposing layers of alleged misconduct, manipulation, and corruption that go far beyond what anyone expected. At the heart of this new lawsuit are allegations of defamation, workplace harassment, and, most shockingly, coordinated reputational sabotage. According to Karoline's legal team, the View's producers and hosts didn't just insult her on live TV, they went behind the scenes to destroy her career. Emails, text messages, and insider testimonies reportedly reveal a deliberate plan to blacklist Karoline from major media platforms. These communications allegedly show producers discussing strategies to paint her as toxic, dangerous, and unfit for TV, ensuring that other networks would hesitate to invite her as a guest. One of the most damning pieces of evidence? A leaked email from a senior producer allegedly instructing the team to make sure Karoline Leavitt never sets foot on this set again, and make sure the others know it too. According to legal filings, the others refers to booking agents, publicists, and media insiders across several networks who influence guest appearances on daytime and primetime shows. But it doesn't end there. Karoline's legal team also claims to have secured private text messages between ABC executives expressing frustration over Karoline's growing public platform. In one particularly explosive message, a producer reportedly wrote, "We gave her a platform and she used it to attack us. We should have shut this down sooner." The implication: ABC not only recognized the power Karoline had, but also actively sought to undermine it. Beyond the media blacklisting, the lawsuit details instances of targeted workplace harassment. Karoline alleges that following her appearance on The View, she received a series of anonymous threats and harassing messages, many of which, according to the lawsuit, originated from internal ABC channels. While the network has denied any connection, Karoline's legal team claims they have traced at least 2 email addresses back to ABC's corporate servers. The financial stakes of this lawsuit are astronomical. Karoline is seeking multi-million-dollar damages, claiming not only emotional distress, but also significant professional harm due to the alleged blacklisting. If she wins, ABC could be facing one of the most expensive settlements in daytime television history, one that could cripple The View's future or even lead to its cancellation. ABC's executives are in full-blown crisis mode. The network is scrambling to manage the fallout, with legal teams working overtime to craft a defense, while PR strategists try to control the media narrative. But insiders say the situation is worse than ABC is letting on. One executive reportedly told a colleague, "This isn't just a PR nightmare, it's a corporate meltdown. If we lose this, it's over for the show." Meanwhile, the hosts of The View, especially Whoopi Goldberg and Behar, are spiraling behind the scenes. Sources close to the production reveal heated arguments in the studio, panic-driven phone calls to legal teams, and growing resentment toward ABC's executives for not handling the situation sooner. Whoopi, known for her outspoken nature, reportedly slammed her dressing room door after hearing about the second lawsuit, shouting, "I told them this wasn't over. Now look where we are." Behar, on the other hand, initially brushed it off, calling it just another political stunt. But sources say she has grown increasingly anxious as more details from the lawsuit surface. One insider claims Joy was overheard asking a producer, "What if she actually wins this thing? What happens to us then?" As tensions mount inside ABC, Karoline remains unmoved. In a public statement following the news of her second lawsuit, she declared, "This isn't about me. It's about holding the media accountable. For too long, shows like The View have used their platforms to smear, silence, and destroy anyone who doesn't fit their narrative. That ends now." The media landscape has erupted. Conservative outlets have jumped to Karoline's defense, calling her the voice of the silence, while liberal outlets scramble to discredit her motives. Social media is a battleground, with hashtags like #JusticeForKaroline, #TheViewExposed, and #ABC in Crisis dominating Twitter. Memes of Whoopi and Joy in panic mode flood Instagram and TikTok, with viral captions like, "When you realize the lawsuit isn't going away, and Joy Behar Googling how to survive a lawsuit. But the real question remains, how long can ABC survive this? As advertisers begin pulling their sponsorships and viewership numbers start to decline, the network is running out of time. One insider summed it up perfectly. This isn't just about a talk show anymore. It's about trust, accountability, and whether ABC can survive the fallout. The drama is far from over. If Karoline's legal team is right, there are still more bombshells to drop, and The View may be heading toward its most catastrophic ending yet. As the fallout from Karoline Leavitt's second lawsuit spreads like wildfire, the chaos behind the scenes at ABC has reached a fever pitch. Panic has overtaken the once confident hosts of The View and the network executives who had, until now, believed they could weather any storm. But this time, the damage is deeper, more personal, and far more dangerous. ABC is not just battling a public relations nightmare. They are fighting for the survival of one of their longest-running and most controversial shows. The moment the lawsuit hit the headlines, the internet exploded. Within minutes, Karoline Leavitt was trending across every major social media platform. Twitter/X lit up with hashtags like The View Exposed, Justice for Karoline, and ABC in Crisis. Conservative influencers pounced, calling the lawsuit the beginning of the end for The View, while liberal commentators scrambled to downplay the situation, calling it another attempt to silence strong women. But the damage had been done. Fox News aired wall-to-wall coverage, dedicating entire segments to dissecting every angle of the lawsuit. Popular conservative YouTubers live-streamed reactions, with thumbnails screaming, "Karoline destroys The View. This is the end." Right-wing commentators framed Karoline as a symbol of free speech, painting her as a courageous figure willing to stand up against the liberal media machine. Even political podcasts picked up the story, debating its broader implications on media bias and the silencing of conservative voices. Meanwhile, liberal media outlets struggled to regain control of the narrative. CNN ran with the headline, "Karoline Leavitt, political operative or victim?" MSNBC called the lawsuit an orchestrated smear campaign against progressive voices, and the New York Times published an op-ed suggesting that right-wing billionaires were secretly funding Karoline's legal team. But despite the efforts to discredit her, the public wasn't buying it. The leaked court documents, emails, and text messages spoke for themselves, and social media users had already started sharing screenshots of the evidence, bypassing traditional media gatekeepers entirely. Comment sections were brutal. One user posted, "The View has been toxic for years. This lawsuit is finally pulling back the curtain." Another wrote, "I never even liked Karoline Leavitt, but now I'm rooting for her." Watching Whoopi and Joy panic is hilarious. Meme culture took over within hours. One viral meme showed Whoopi Goldberg holding a sign that read, "Lawsuit incoming," with flames in the background. Another featured Joy Behar fake laughing with the caption, "When you realize you might actually get fired this time." Instagram and TikTok creators flooded timelines with parody videos of The View hosts scrambling in the wake of the lawsuit, with some even mocking ABC executives for their inability to handle the crisis. While the internet had a field day, the situation inside ABC's corporate offices was anything but humorous. Advertisers, already skittish after the first lawsuit, began quietly pulling their ads. Major sponsors sent frantic emails demanding clarity on the network's next move, some even threatening to sever ties if ABC didn't get ahead of the scandal. According to inside sources, the loss of advertiser confidence has led to millions of dollars in potential revenue evaporating overnight. ABC executives held emergency meetings, scrambling to piece together a damage control strategy. Several insiders revealed that the network considered temporarily suspending Whoopi Goldberg and Joy Behar to cool public outrage, but both hosts flat out refused. Whoopi reportedly told producers, "If I go, the whole show goes with me." Joy, equally defiant, allegedly said, "I'm not apologizing. She's the one suing us for attention, not the other way around." But that level of defiance may have been a miscalculation. In an unprecedented move, ABC's board of directors scheduled a private session to discuss The View's future. A meeting that, according to sources, did not include the show's executive producers. Leaked audio from that session revealed just how serious things had become. One executive was overheard saying, "We need to ask ourselves if The View is more of a liability than an asset at this point. If advertisers walk, we're done." And then, as if things couldn't get worse for ABC, another bombshell dropped. Karoline's legal team leaked new evidence to the press. Internal emails showing that ABC executives had attempted to quietly negotiate a settlement after the first lawsuit. These emails directly contradicted ABC's earlier public statements claiming they were confident in their legal position. The public saw it for what it was, a desperate attempt to sweep the first scandal under the rug. Now, with the second lawsuit gaining momentum, the network's credibility was in shambles. The View's loyal fan base was also beginning to fracture.